Hello, officer. Are you up? I got you guys Chinese food. You must be hungry.
Almost 20 suspects in the holding cell were injured. Most were found unconscious at the scene and are now in critical condition at the hospital. The victims include arcane black market dealer Castor and Chicago gang leader Jason the Coyote, both of whom have since been acquitted of their crimes.
Cameras out of the way! Out of the way! The ambulance needs to come through! We need banana bags stacked! These people could go into shock! Ah, my skin! It burns! Help! Help!
Whoever you are who did this, just wait and see! I'll tear you apart, you asshole!
The fire is speculated to have been started by a victim of a night piercer attack who displayed signs of mental instability. At the same time, similar incidents have occurred at the Lieber Street Detention Center and the Chinatown police station. The situations at both sites are similarly concerning. It has been reported that the Division of Arcane Affairs is considering the potential connections between these incidents. The mysterious figure behind the unresolved night piercer attacks remains their top suspect. As with the previous attacks attributed to the night piercer, the victims of these incidents are once again notorious criminals with extensive records. However, in light of the night piercer's escalating criminal activities, support for the figure is dwindling as concerns for safety rise. In response to ongoing skepticism regarding the lack of resolution of the night piercer case, Deputy Chief Eldon of the Division of Arcane Affairs stated during the press conference that
Fuck, I pass out for half a day and Chi Shing's already turned the city into her personal playground? Grab your stuff, rookie. We're hitting the road. Gotta find this bitch before she kills someone. What? Your feet stuck to the floor or something?
Deputy Chief Eldon took us off the case. It was an official order.
Early this morning, Constance Scott, a staff member of the Foundation's Arcanum Containment Department, was assaulted during an illegal arcane object trade. She's still in critical condition. Forensic Services has confirmed that the arcane skill traces found at the scene of the attack matched those left by the suspect in the ongoing Night Piercer case. Thanks to Noir and our Vigils cadet Liang Yue, who are both at the scene of the attack, we've been able to confirm the identity of the Night Piercer. Name's Chi Shing, a 29-year-old former movie actress from Hong Kong. She played the lead role in the Detective CO7 series, where she gained a reasonable amount of fame. She was in a few more movies after that, but no big hits. She officially retired from acting a few years ago. The BAU's come to the conclusion that she's confused herself with her movie character, possibly a result of a mental imbalance caused by the setbacks in her career. She thinks she's the real-life CO7, the hero who fights evil and cares for the weak. In short, we have a vigilante on our hands. Thanks to a minor mistake from the Foundation's Arcanum Containment Department, we also have a dangerous arcane item. A cursed film reel called Reunion of the Three Swallows, somewhere in the city. Liang has confirmed that Constance Scott, the staff member who was assaulted by Qixing yesterday, is the perpetrator of the theft. As you're all aware, there's been an explosion in mental disorders in Chinatown. We now know that their source is the cursed film reel. It's currently in Qixing's possession, which makes her even more dangerous. Having learned about the history behind this arcane film, we have reason to believe that obtaining it was one of her motives. Since the film's been in her possession, there have been multiple assaults around the city, all matching the patterns of the Night Piercer. But there's one key difference. This time, the victims all showed the same mental disorder as the victims of the film. We believe that the suspect is able to control the film's power to some extent, and she's using it to commit escalating crimes at a much higher frequency. We need to act before the situation gets out of control. Reinforcements from the Foundation and the Vigils Bureau are already on the way. We will do whatever we can to protect our city before they arrive. James, Carter, I'm putting you on the case. You'll be taking direct orders from me. The rest of you, stick to your posts.
Excuse me, Deputy Chief Alden. I need to ask you something.
I already know what it is. You and Poitier saw that something was going on in Chinatown and started an investigation yourselves. You found the culprit behind the ACD theft and stopped an assault that could have ended much worse. You've done a great job. But there's one key thing you failed to do. You had a chance to apprehend the Night Piercer right then and there, but somehow she slipped through your fingers. According to your report and the witnesses' statements, you failed to summon your legendary beast when you confronted the suspect. As a result, not only did the suspect get away, but your partner sustained an avoidable injury. I need my best, most reliable officers on this case. Sorry, Liang, but you don't make the cut. The two of you will be excluded from the operation.
This is bullshit! He can't cut us out! This is our case! No! We're doing this!
Calm down, Miss Putty. Even if you feel fine, the doctor said you had to stay in bed for at least a few days.
The name's Poitier, and I'm fine, okay? Stop trying to... Damn it. So what went wrong? How come your friend, Tang Leng was it, didn't show up?
Qiang Liang must have sensed my hesitation and refused my summon. You see, if its master can overcome their selfish desires with an unwavering heart, it can turn on them. Father used to warn me about it. But that won't happen again. I promise.
If you say so, what are you gonna do now?
I'll continue with the investigation. I need to find Qixing.
What? But that angry grandpa already pulled you off the case.
I have to do this.
What for? Because of your duty to fight evil as the master of Qiangliang?
I've always had two things guiding me. My duty as a member of the Liang family and the spirit of CO7. But now, Qianliang has ignored my summon, and Qixing has turned out to be anything but a hero. They were once the beacons of my life, but not anymore. This could be a setback, yes. Or it could be an opportunity. For the first time in my life, I can think about what I really want without having to consider anything else.
You know what, Rookie? It always grinds my gears when you talk about your duty and all that stuff. But what you're saying now, I like it.
Aren't you going to stop me?
Why would I? It's our case, isn't it? There's nothing wrong with doing our job. If Eldon bitches about it, just tell him you bumped into the crook when you were strolling around the city.
Seriously?
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, is there? So what's the game plan, huh? What are you gonna do?
This scene again? I must have done a dozen takes already, right?
Yeah, I'm no movie expert, but even I can tell the actor's nervous as hell.
Of course he is. Anyone would be nervous if they knew a wanted criminal could show up at any time and mess you up with Arcanum. Eldon tried to keep the details of the case a secret, but that director from Hong Kong told her crew about it as soon as she came back. I mean, I guess they have the right to know. And to run. Half of the extras got the hell out as fast as they could. And look at the other half. They're too nervous to work.
I know. Hey, that's the Vigil's cadet, isn't it? What's she doing here?
The officers said you're here to help, is that right? Excellent. We could really use a hand right now. Come, let's get you in costume.
I'm more than happy to help. But first, I have something important to ask you.
Right to the point this time. I see.
I don't think there's any need to tiptoe around each other anymore. Could you answer me directly this time? What happened between you, Qixing, and He Rijun, the creator of Reunion of the Three Swallows? How did she die? Why do you and Miss Qixing both want that film? And why is she doing this?
What do you plan to do with my answers?
To Qixing, I'm probably just another fan. But to me, she and her character mean something. I need to know why. I have to arrest her and find out the truth. Maybe I can still fix things, but Miss Noah, I need your help if I'm going to do it.
You mean you want to know more about her? To peek behind the scenes, learn what really happened behind all the movie magic. I told you it's not a good idea. We create works not just to express ourselves, but to entertain. And when we release them to the public, we open ourselves to all kinds of commentary, whether they be sweet or bitter. But the people behind the characters, behind the production, they are not for entertainment. Their lives are not fiction.
Is that a no?
I haven't finished. Though I don't advocate trying to cross the line between on and off screen, if we cast aside your relationship as fan and actress and treat you simply as individuals, saying, "I want to know more about you," sounds rather beautiful. It's touching, really. I'll answer your questions, Miss Liang. Follow me. Our story began 11 years ago. Life was tough, as it is for all young artists. But, like the beginning of many stories, there was a kind of beauty in it. 又一新浪潮導演處女作亮相，胡圖雖然底子極佳，但由於大膽創新過度，導致內容詭異顛覆。即使業內有讚，但大眾實在難以欣賞，最終票房慘淡收場，實屬糊塗。咁我仲有咩好講啊？冇 taste 就係冇 taste。OK， 要叫好又叫座，有時係要妥協嘅。但係問題係我一向最唔擅長，亦都最唔中意妥協咯。Noah？ 係咪 Noah？ 估唔到會咁啱喺度見到你，好耐冇見，見返你真係好開心啊！你係 Teresa？ 你點解喺度嘅？你幾時返香港㗎？ Teresa, or as you know her by 何日君, was a dear friend of mine, the scriptwriter of Detective CO7 and the creator of the cursed film Reunion of the Three Swallows. This is a pretty good script. Interesting. Teresa and I met while we were studying abroad at the film academy. We took the same scriptwriting class. We didn't talk much at first. She always sat in the corner on her own. I only got to know her after our teacher showed a script to the class as an example of excellent work. The writer's name, Teresa. Her stories could strike a balance between the details and the big picture. They were engaging, light-hearted, and warm. So, in that moment, when we met again at the restaurant, I realized she was the one I'd been looking for. At that time, she was an editor at a small press. I invited her to join my studio, and 3 months later, she put the first edition of Detective CO7 on my table.
So, 你覺得點啊？你覺得邊度唔夠好嘅話，我都可以改啊。
我諗緊主角要揀邊個？哦，你個劇本寫得好好，比我想象中仲要好。我哋就用你個劇本。So we had the script, but we couldn't decide who would play the heroine. We held endless auditions, even considered some famous actresses, but none of them fit. Until that night.
頭先嗰幾個你覺得點啊？我覺得最後嗰個好似都 OK。
唔得，佢唔夠 sharp。你都睇得出㗎。既然睇得出，就唔好焗住自己揀。我唔想將就。
但係，萬一現實生活裏面根本唔存在呢個完全符合我哋想象嘅完美人選呢？萬一佢只係我哋諗出嚟嘅，咁點算啊？
咁我就會一直揾，直到喺現實世界揾到為止。
哎呀！你喐手腳做咩啊？
我就係喐手喐腳啊！點啊？死鹹豬手，呢度唔歡迎你哋啊！仲唔快啲躝？
你睇住嚟啊！我唔會放過你噶！哎呀，大鑊啦！今次嗰兩個古惑仔附近出晒名，佢哋肯定會翻嚟報仇噶。我知你睇唔慣佢哋對個靚女鹹豬手，但係人哋都唔出聲啦，你嬲咩啫？你咁搞法之後我點做生意啊？唉，今鋪真係俾你累死啊，阿星！
得啦，事頭，我走。佢哋再嚟就叫佢哋嚟搵我。嗱，鋪頭鎖匙啊！你記得早啲嚟開門啊，唔係啲熟客等到戇居居。
阿星，你哎呀！
睇嚟你啱啱失業喎。
邊位啊？關你咩事啊？
我有份工介紹俾你，你對做戲有冇興趣啊？Ah-Sing was surprised when I made the offer. She said she needed to think about it, so Teresa gave her a copy of the script. The next day, she knocked on our door and took the offer. Later, we learned that Ah-Sing was born into a poor family. Her father was in prison, and her mother had mental issues. She'd been the breadwinner for the family since she was a kid. Her father's reputation would often get her into trouble, so usually she was either on the way to a job or to a fight. The CO7 you saw always had a confident smile on her face, but in actual fact, Ah-Sing almost never smiled at the beginning. An actor should learn to commit to the moment in front of the camera and come back to reality behind it. But Ah-Sing didn't. She didn't come back to reality. She's never once stopped playing the role of CO7 since then. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. She started to smile the way CO7 smiled. She went from brash and reckless to sly and methodical, just like CO7. The deputy chief and the BAU made a mistake. Ah-Seng has not confused herself with her character. After all these years in the movie industry, I've seen a lot of actors get carried away by the glitz and glamour of their characters. But Ah-Seng is different. She values CO7 even more than herself. So much so that, ultimately, it eclipsed her own consciousness. Miss Liang, you asked me which rumors about CO7 and the three of us were true. Now I can give you an answer. Most of them were.
Is this...
We drew a lot of attention after the release of CO7. Put a magnifying glass up to anyone, and you'll always find imperfections. We were no exception. Ah-Seng was as stubborn and uncompromising as I was. When we disagreed, it would blow up into a huge argument, neither one of us giving in to the other. Poor Teresa was always caught in the middle. I was too young, too bullheaded, to realize the consequences that this might cause. I tore a path forward, often ignoring the people around me. Teresa, on the other hand, was kind-hearted, perhaps too much so. She never got angry, no matter what people said. She just bottled it up inside and let it eat away at her. She didn't like taking photos. She was self-conscious about her appearance, so we only have a few together. This one was taken when we were shooting CO7 too. We were so close back then. Of course, we knew we'd have to part ways eventually, but we didn't concern ourselves with that. Even then, our shortcomings had started to hurt our relationship. But by the time we realized it, the damage had been done.
唔得，呢個結局太離譜啦！司令真唔會咁做㗎。
When we were making CO7-3, Ah-Seng was up in arms about the ending. In the sequence, CO7 tracks a criminal through a Shehua parade, hoping to finish him off herself. But when she finds him sitting at home with his family, she changes her mind. Ah-Seng didn't like it. She said that CO7 would punish the villain for what he's done, that she would never change her mind. We had countless arguments over this ending, and of course, we never reached a conclusion.
得啦得啦，到此為止。我哋咁嘈落去都冇意義。我有個提議。
So I cheated. Were I in the same position now, I'd solve the problem more delicately. But I was a jerk back then. The only thing that mattered was the movie. I couldn't care less about what people thought, including my heroine. I asked Teresa to write an alternative ending and told Ah-Seng that we'd shoot both endings and pick the better one together. She agreed.
But you didn't keep your word. You released the movie with the original ending.
It turned out to be very popular, but Ah-Seng saw it as a betrayal. At the premiere, She announced she was quitting the new art company that the three of us had founded together. I didn't stop her. Teresa tried to mend our relationship, like she always did.
我寫咗個新劇本，唔係407續作，係全新嘅故仔啊！如果你哋覺得有意思嘅話，我哋下一部戲可以拍佢啊！我自己拍咗部片花，雖然好簡單，可能拍得唔係幾好，但係可以嘅話，我哋一齊睇啊！
It was her proof of concept for reunion of the Three Swallows. I knew Teresa had always wanted to put an end to the CO7 series and write something she was really passionate about. Perhaps she thought a new story would help Ah-Sing move away from CO7 and become herself again. Unfortunately, when she came to show us the script, Ah-Sing and I were in the middle of a fight.
唔使啦，我唔會再同你哋拍戲。阿星，等陣啊
Ah-Sing had always been kind to Teresa, but on that day, she pushed her out of the doorway and stormed off. Well, as I said, I was a jerk. I flipped through her script, and a flurry of harsh words left my mouth.
點解仲係上次嗰個類型㗎？我咪講咗咯，呢種故事唔啱你寫啊！ In the end, neither Ah-Sing nor I cared enough to watch Teresa's sizzle reel, even though she tried so hard to present it to us. That was the last time we saw Teresa.
That fire.
Yes, that's why I'd pay any price to get that film. Her script was burned to ashes in the fire. I need to know what story she was trying to tell. I suppose Ah-Sing feels the same. This is what you wanted to see last time you and your officer friend visited me.
You mean the threatening letter?
It's not a letter, actually.
It's the script of Detective 071.
The original. The one Teresa handed to Ah-Sing all those years ago.
Is this a poster of the Shehe parade? Oh, right. It's almost time for the Dushu festival. With everything going on these days, I almost forgot. Wait, is Miss Qixing going to...
Your guess is as good as mine.
Wow, look at all these people! Oh, we should have come earlier. I can hardly see a thing from here.
And whose fault is that? You are the one who took ages to get ready. Anyway, at least we haven't missed much. Looks like it just started. I heard there's a new event this year. I wonder what it is.
Not an event. A film crew is shooting a scene during the parade. Apparently, they already talked to Mr. Shao and said they wouldn't cause any trouble. Let's go check it out. Maybe we can get into one of the shots.
This is C2. All clear.
Copy. Group C, all clear. No sign of target. All units, stay in position. Wonder how the Vigil Girl and Eldon are doing.
Do I really have to go outside like this?
No, you need to paint your face too. I'm not gonna let you join the parade looking like a weirdo. You're the one who said that the parade needed guards in case there was an attack. Have you changed your mind? I'd be more than happy to kick you out here. Sorry, but your profiling and the BAU report seemed like a load of crap to me. If someone does attack the parade, I'm sure we can handle it ourselves.
Listen, I won't pretend to understand the meaning behind all this. But what I do understand is that this is one of the most important events of the year for the people of Chinatown. The target could strike at any time, so we need to be prepared. No one wants to see a celebration turn into a nightmare.
Why didn't you say that to your men? They are the ones who've ignored the Chinatown all this time. What a hypocrite.
Uncle Zhao, today's our big day. That sour face of yours is gonna scare this guy straight off. Leave the past in the past lah. They are doing this for the right reasons. What we got to lose? Besides, we could really use a hand right now. They can make up for our manpower shortage. Now, give me a big smile lah, before your long face scares off our good fortune.
Always a sweet talker, aren't you, eh? Fine, but you've got to look the part if you're gonna be in the parade. I don't care what your mission is. Oh, you, Blondie! Tighten your belt, or your pants will fall down when you dance. And the big guy over there, the lining should be under your coat.
Thanks for all your help, Miss Lee. We never would have been able to join the parade unnoticed if you hadn't persuaded the residents to cooperate with us.
You are welcome lah, sir. Even though I only came here a few months ago, I've already gotten pretty close to the residents. So, it was pretty easy to convince everyone. Don't worry about it lah. Besides, the Sehua parade is for everyone, whether they're here to watch or dance. We are always happy to have more people join the celebration. Uncle Zhao might be a little stubborn, but you know gala. That's just what he's like. Don't take it personally. These guys are arcane detectives and influential people around Chinatown. I told them to all keep an eye out too. There's a saying in Hong Kong, as stupid as the god of longevity who hangs himself. That will be Night Piercer if she comes anywhere near Chinatown.
I know everyone here will be grateful if Night Piercer doesn't show up, but then we'll still have a dangerous criminal with an equally dangerous arcane item on the loose. Nothing's more dangerous than an unexploded bomb. I want to eliminate the threat once and for all. The question is, will she come? Was the little vigil right?
The 社火 parade, sir. Miss Noah isn't like any of Qixing's previous targets. She's much more important. Miss Qixing still can't accept the way Miss Noah ended Detective CO73. That's her motive. The ending consists of two major elements, the 社火 parade and the villain who should have been punished. She now sees Noah as that villain, and she's going to attack her at the coming 社火 parade. That will be our chance to arrest her.
The 社火 parade? Do you have any idea what you're suggesting?
Don't worry, sir. I'd be happy to cooperate as bait. Our thing will come. I promise. As far as I can remember, she's never been late to anything.
Peeps, why aren't you dressed up? I've been looking forward to it all day.
Wow, so many people. I'll make sure I capture some great memories of this.
I understand that the festival atmosphere is exciting, but you ladies need to remember that we're not here to celebrate. There's a tough fight ahead of us. Poitier, you sure you're healed up?
Of course, Chief. You've approved my participation in this operation. It's too late to take it back now.
What about Miss Latham? You've been proven innocent, and I heard the Foundation told you to await orders. There's no reason for you to be here.
Yeah, but it'd be weird to stay in my room alone when everyone's out here. Don't you think? Anyway, I'm waiting for Scott to wake up from her coma. I want to ask her why she stole from the Foundation and pinned it on me. I need to know what she thinks about me and our friendship. If I let you guys do all the work while I just wait in my room, I won't be able to question her without feeling insecure. I know I might not be all that helpful, but I'll do everything I can.
Miss Latham's being modest. As a staff member of the Arcanum Containment Department, she knows how to deal with that film reel better than any of us. She may forget things, but she still has a wealth of knowledge. Her experience might just make the difference between failure and success.
All right. You've got a point. Miss Latham, thanks for lending us your expertise.
Great! Just leave it to me. I can deal with the film. I've rewatched all my related memories, so I remember every detail, even down to the scratches on its surface.
There you are. Everyone was gone when I left the changing room. I thought something was... What's wrong?
Wow, the costume fits you so well. Fancy, whoa. It doesn't even look like a costume. Much fancier than that. You are like the best parade dancer I've ever seen. There's no way the night piercer will spot you. Look at her, Uncle Zhao. So cool, huh?
Is that the Liang's family ritual dress? Let me see. Good. You're wearing it right. Nice to know that at least some kids remember their traditions. You better not dishonor your family wearing this, kid.
My thoughts exactly. Everything's in place. You sure you can perform this time, Vigil? I don't want a repeat of last time. The alley out back's empty. Show us what you got.
Yes, sir. I will prove myself to you.
Join with us, comrades.
I sure is still warm.
Keep up the pace.
Useful for this one. Time to turn the page.
Don't miss the text.
Quick, no space. Now, to preserve this memory in our dreams.
Looks like I've got nothing to worry about. You ready, kid? Parade's starting soon. I'll go get dressed. The rest of you...
I need to talk to Miss Liang. Could you give us a moment?
Don't be late.
Why me, Miss Noah? You could have just told Eldon about what happened between the three of you. You could have shown him the threatening letter. Maybe then he wouldn't have made the order to shoot the target if necessary. Yes, Miss Qixing has committed multiple assaults, but she hasn't killed anyone. I don't think she deserves to die. So, as I promised, I will do my best to catch her alive. That being said, if drastic measures have to be taken, I will not hesitate.
Ah Sing was a good actress.
Huh?
Yes. She was a skilled martial artist with remarkable control over her arcane skill. But that's not what makes a successful actress. Before we'd even start shooting, she'd have everything memorized. Her lines, her movements, even the details of her expression. She'd take as many shots as were necessary to get the scene right. As you know, I was a perfectionist, always taking it too far. Many of my crew quit halfway through my projects. Even Teresa struggled sometimes. She told me more than once that she couldn't do it anymore. Only Ah Sing could keep up with my pace. In fact, she'd often be a few steps ahead. Because she shared my vision, that drive for something better, no matter the cost. She was a good actress indeed. I know that we'll probably never be partners again, but I still don't want her to be treated like this. You said you were going to figure out the truth. Well, it seems you and I agree that things aren't as simple as they appear. The Arcanum Containment Department's security system should be almost unbreakable. So how is it that Miss Scott, a regular staff member with no special skills, managed to break through it? And why was she selected to go after Miss Latham? What was she about to say before that needle pierced her neck? Ah Sing's actions don't make sense either. After all these years, why has she decided to take revenge now? Is it because she found the film? There are simply far too many coincidences, If one of my writers wrote a script like this, they'd be fired on the spot.
You mean there's something else going on behind all this?
The scene has been staged. I can feel it. The lights, the cameras, the cast, they're all in position. And when the clapperboard claps, the movie will begin. And this time, I'm not sitting behind the camera, but in front of it. Miss Liang, I've been holding back. I apologize for that. I hadn't figured out which role you'd play in this movie.
If you're saying this to try to get me to talk about the behind the scenes of my life, I'm afraid you're a bit disappointed.
No, of course not. You got me wrong. I'm a director. I don't act in movies made by others. I sing, Miss Latham, Miss Scott. The camera's focused on them too. But none of us know where the story will go.
You mean Miss Qixing's being manipulated? I've considered that possibility, but who's the one behind the camera? What do they want?
All I know is that if Ah Sing continues down this path, there will be no happy ending for her. I understand that she's trying to reach something she's always strived for, but whoever's orchestrating this won't let her get it. I've done that to her before, and it was a huge mistake. I won't let that happen again.
What are you going to do?
Since coming to Hollywood, there's one thing I found difficult to accept. The producers always stick to the script. They're obsessed with it. Changes are incredibly rare. But that's not how we do it in Hong Kong. The script's finished, and so what? Things will always come up during shooting. You have to be flexible if you want to make truly great art. If a moment of inspiration were to strike me and I weren't allowed to add it to the movie, then you may as well just kill me there.
You want to change the script?
Precisely. But we have a small issue. As you can see, I'm not exactly ready to jump to my feet and into the action. I'm better at working behind the camera than I am in front of it. So, I need a protagonist. One who's as eager as I am to change the script and find that perfect ending. Are you interested?
It would be an honor.
Attention, attention please. Noir will be shooting a movie during the Showdown parade as planned. Let's go over the plan one more time. Group A will hide among the cast, Group B, cameramen, and Group C, you're in the crowd. Once Xixing appears, close in and arrest her as soon as possible. Got it. They're all set too. Good. Everyone, take your positions.
All right, Noir. The time has come. This will be our final scene.
Light's so bright.
Whoa. I'm feeling kinda dizzy.
Mummy, I'm scared.
That arcane fluctuation. It's from reunion of the Three Swallows. But how did she...
Let the overture begin. What I'm good at. Stars. These shapes on my wings.
What's happening?
Is this part of the parade? How'd they do that?
Wait! What's this?
Stand back.
Landlord, hands out!
Easy.
Thank you. They teach you that in Hong Kong?
That thing's nothing like the critter you're used to dealing with. What were you thinking rushing like that? You're totally out of your league.
I was about to attack. What else was I supposed to do?
They look like ghosts, but there's something different about them. So, Little Ghost Hunter, can that machine of yours tell us what they are?
1 second, Uncle Zhao. Lily's working on it. What? You mean that was a living man's soul?
Just got confirmation that this thing's covering the whole of Chinatown. Comms are down, and we can't seem to leave either.
Arcane humanoids spotted in all directions. Don't seem to be critters of the beyond. Must be some kind of arcane creation. They're everywhere and immune to regular bullets. Arcane skills and specialized bullets break them apart for a while, but then their bodies just morph back together. No casualties so far, but people are panicking. What do we do, Chief?
Sorry, not my type. Everyone keep calm. Groups A and C, protecting the public is your top priority. These things seem to follow anything that moves. Lure them away. Miss Lee, Mr. Joe, gather as many civilians as you can and guide them to a safe place.
No problem. They know us. I'm sure we'll be able to calm them down. I'll tell them they are special effects. They all know that a movie was being shot here. That should help. At least long enough to get them to safety. That means you guys are gonna have to figure this out yourselves. Show me what you've got, Arcane Affairs.
We won't let you down. Group B, hold your positions. Target's probably trying to distract us with these monsters. What's your status? Report immediately.
This is Portier. Same thing's happening at the rear of the parade. Noir is fine, though.
Keep it that way. The rest of you keep your eyes peeled. The target could appear at any time. Camerahead, any idea what's going on?
I think Chinatown's been sealed inside an arcane barrier created by the film. There's nothing in the records about this, but these arcane fluctuations are definitely from the film.
What about those ghost things? I don't remember the file saying it could spawn spirits out of thin air.
Well, I don't know. Reunion of the Three Swallows can play and record, that's for sure. But even if its power has been enhanced somehow, it probably wouldn't develop a completely unrelated ability.
You are right, because it's not unrelated. Remember the film's victims? Part of them was taken away by its record ability. What they lost was part of their spiritual energy and memory. They are Sawan Tapa, or 3 souls and 7 spirits. These monsters are actually the Sawan Tapa of the victims.
They're the victim's spiritual energy? But how did the film do that?
I'm not sure, but Lily's never wrong. So, let's not try to eliminate these things. Or the victims will never get their Sawan Tapak back.
Essentially, she's holding everyone in Chinatown hostage. We certainly weren't expecting that.
I didn't want it to come to this. This was between me and Noor, but you just couldn't leave it alone, could you? So here we are. Sounds like you already know what this film reel is capable of. Good. Saves me the trouble of explaining it. Now, bring me Noor.